Hello, it's Diana Marchand, founder of Raw Foods Made Simple, and I make healthy eating and living simple for you so you can live a life of vibrant health and energy. And welcome to my video. My video today is I'm going to be covering a very important topic, and I'm also doing a workshop on next Tuesday, October 21st from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. in Nanaimo at the Oliver Woods Rec Center, and that is kind of what this video is about. But even if you're not in Nanaimo and cannot attend, please watch this video because I do cover some very important information. It's a topic that is really dear to my heart and that I'm definitely going to be working on through my workshop, absolutely with women, but I also wanted to go into it a little more deeper in this video so you get a really clear idea of what the workshop's going to be about, what it's going to cover, and how it can really help and improve you and your life. And I read a quote. I'm reading the book again, The Science of Getting Rich. And one of the quotes was, "The best you can do for the whole world is to make the best of yourself." And I thought that was really powerful. And that is really, truly what my workshop is going to be covering. It's really about you becoming the best version of you. And for women, unfortunately, what we tend to do is we do for others instead of doing for ourselves first. So we always do things for other people. And what I've been hearing more and more with women is how busy they are, how stressed out they are, how tired they are, how burnt out, how exhausted. You may be going through that change, anywhere between 45 to 55. So you're already going through a lot of changes in your body, and then stress even becomes even more. You're more emotional. You're not able to handle stress as much. You're gaining weight. You're feeling blah. You're tired. All these things are actually symptoms of it too. And then if you live a really busy life and you're always been doing, maybe in the past you can handle it, and right now you notice it's too much. Like you're starting to burn out. Well, that is very true. You see, for so many years, you've probably been doing a lot for your family, a lot for your friend, just on and on. You're the one responsible for doing everything. But when does it stop? When does it slow down? So, when your children were young, there was a lot. You were completely responsible for doing all those things for them. And so then it really you had to put other people first instead of yourself. So making that switch when you become in your mid to 40s, late to 40s, and even into your 50s, your kids are grown. You really don't have to do everything for everybody, but maybe you still think you can. And they definitely probably expect that you're going to continue to do it. But you're starting to burn out because enough is enough already. And you don't have to do it all. It is a mindset that we're in. It is what society thinks, the whole super mom or super person, super woman who can do it all. Well, why are more women experiencing adrenal fatigue now? When I mention that, I cannot believe the response I get. Everybody is like, I have that. That's me. You see, it's good to know what to do when you have adrenal fatigue, how to take care of it, what you can do. But the thing is that shouldn't you be looking at how to prevent it? We usually don't go to try and do something about something until it's far too late, right? So I really want you to think about this. So if you're walking around feeling tired, exhausted, worn out, frustrated, you become resentful to people that you do things for, and that's not good. You think you're doing the right thing by doing something for everyone else before yourself, and yet what happens is you end up feeling better. So you really can't be yourself. You're tired, you're exhausted, you just want a holiday, you want to run away. Well, being like that is when you're with your family, your friends, your spouse, you're not really present. You're not really your best self, right? You know that deep inside. Being in a state of stress all the time, stress and overwhelm, you are unable to handle things, right? So you probably don't even realize it because it's almost beginning to feel normal for you. But you're functioning at a lower level. Even though you think you need to continue to this, it's just you're functioning at a lower level. Your relationships are suffering. Your work is probably suffering. And you are suffering. Definitely. Your health, emotionally, physically, and spiritually is suffering by you trying to do too much. You're not being able to be your best. And often when that happens, you want to seclude yourself. You just need time. I know this has happened to me. This is how I know so much about it. You want to hide out. You don't want to do anything. You can't handle any more on your plate. So basically, you just kind of tend to pull back, seclude yourself, stay by yourself, not get out as much, not contact friends as much, because it all just seems like too much work. And you just keep hoping that one day it's going to get better, something magic's going to happen, and it's all going to go away, and you will be able to relax, and everything will be great. Well, that doesn't happen unless you let it happen and make it happen. So what can you do, right? Well, this is where my workshop comes in. But basically, you need to change something. So if you want your life to change, then you need to change. You need to change what you're doing. You need to shift your thinking. But I know that when you're in this state of overwhelm and stress and you're doing so much and you're tired and exhausted, the thought of adding something into your life or doing something or changing something okay, now I need to find meditation time in my life. How the heck am I going to do that? Or I can't find time to go for a walk or a run or go to the gym. That's not what I'm talking about. And that's totally what we're going to go through in the workshop, because I'm going to show you, we're going to work together on ways that you can change things, because it is overwhelming. You can't think of how am I going to change something if you're already feeling too exhausted, too tired, and has no energy to figure it out. That's why it's really good to have someone help you and guide you, because you can't really do it on your own. You're in that state. There's no creativity. There's no energy left. There's no excitement left. And when you're in this state too, like some of you may be feeling, it's almost like your feet are stuck in sand or a deep, thick clay mud. So you feel stuck. You feel stuck in your circumstances, stuck in your situation, stuck in your job, stuck in your relationship, maybe anything you feel stuck in. You feel like it's pouring rain outside, you're stuck in the mud, you can't get out, and there's nothing for you to grab onto. So you just stay there and you keep sinking day after day, month after month, deeper and deeper into this with no way of getting out. Well, I don't want that to happen for you. It's really time for you to commit to yourself and to say that I'm willing to make changes. But the changes do not have to be overwhelming, scary, and crazy like often we think, right? I know that the thought, because I've tried doing this, the thought of changing something seems it's too much work to change. So I'm just going to stay the same, because no matter how much you hate your situation that you are in, the change seems even harder to handle. Because when we begin changing things within ourselves and within our environment, and maybe doing less for others or whatever, starting to say yes to ourselves more, then other people are going to notice. And so it actually changes and shifts their lives in a way. And that may scare you. You may think, oh my goodness, then they're going to come down on me. They're not going to be happy. I'm going to get comments from them or frustration or anger. And then I have to deal with that. And I'm just not willing to deal with that right now. Well, there are ways of handling it. You don't have to give up and say no about everything in your life, right? It takes small, little, consistent steps to make change. It didn't take one day to get you in the situation you're in now. You know it's taken years and years of you saying yes to everybody else and you consistently saying no to yourself. So when you do it on your own, like I said, when you're thinking about, okay, I need to make a change, and you're already overwhelmed and stressed, making that change on your own is too overwhelming. You don't have the energy and you can't think of what even to do, right? You lose your creativity, you lose your excitement for life, your passion, you lose yourself in this overwhelm and stress that you're probably going through. So that's why we're going to cover these things. And we're going to, in the workshop, we're going to cover food, of course. Food is, me. But it's not all about the food, because I've even noticed working with women, I've talked to them about the food. They know exactly what to eat. But then when it comes to their everyday lives, they can't do it. And that's what's really made me design my programs and workshops so different now. Because I want to get to the whole thing so that when you start these positive changes, there's something that you can absolutely do and continue, and that you start improving on yourself too. So it's a lot of inside work too. So that's what we're going to be going through, and we're going to be going through where you're going to help design your own plan too. And I'm going to help you. I mean, it's just little consistent things, even just starting one thing a day for a week and then going on to the next thing. Everybody's different, and everybody's going to have their own little plan and something that's going to work for them. But I wanted to really do this video because it's so much more than just what you eat. It's so much more than just meditating for a little bit of time, because not everybody can meditate. It's really about finding out what will work for you. How can you begin to make these little consistent changes in your life that's going to work for you, because everyone's different. It's about realizing that you got to stop the madness, that what is really true for you, what is really right for you. I mean, maybe you feel like you're living someone else's life, this expectation that other people have had for you and that you had for you, and now you're realizing this is not at all how I want to live my life. And you don't think that it's really possible to live your life the way you want to live your life. Well, I'm going to tell you that it's wrong. But you're wrong, because I'm somebody who's also really changed my life, and I'm very determined to live the life on my terms. Doesn't mean I'm selfish. Doesn't mean I don't want a man in my life. It doesn't mean that I don't do things for others. So we have to change the way we think about taking care of ourselves, that it's a positive, wonderful thing. And when we are our best, we're able to be our best for others and be with other people while we're in this positive state, this wonderful state, this happy state. Your relationships will improve, your work will improve, everything will improve when you start living your best life. So I hope to see you at the workshop. Sorry, this video was longer than I thought. Thank you so much for joining me. And